What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall markets. I'm also going to break down what's happening with the economic calendar moving forward and talk about other factors out there. But just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Webull link. If you deposit any amount of money, you're guaranteed 12 free stocks. If you deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 in total. If you deposit $25,000 or more, and you're guaranteed 75. The offer ends very soon in just about 2 weeks from now. Anyways, now let's talk about what's happening with the market. So far, there's a lot of buyers stepping in. The bulls have a bigger edge as we got some interesting earnings. We're also holding some key supports. So far, it's doing a good job. But the question is, what's going to happen from here? So I want to just call out the biggest factor right now is going to be earnings. After the market closes today, we have Netflix announcing their earnings and a few others like WD-40. But before the market is open so far, we just got TSMC announcing their earnings. This is causing the market to pump. This is one big factor, at least, in why the market's doing that. Technicals alongside this. So what happened with TSMC? So basically, the shares are up almost 10% as we saw their quarterly profits soar on AI demand. That's bullish news for them. Their net income was about $10.1 billion above expectations, not to mention the fact that net revenue is up 36% year over year. On top of this, they're the largest producer of advanced chips, serving once again a lot of companies such as Apple and also Nvda. That's very, very important for them moving forward. So they had good earnings, good growth, beating expectations, and they had very, very strong amounts of orders as we're starting to see some nice outlooks. So their fourth quarter expectations are once again very, very strong, and this is above what we were expecting as well. So strong AI demand, strong growth, and this is what's causing the share price to explode, which is helping semiconductors push, which is helping the broader markets and the Nasdaq. That's what's leading the market now. It's going to be the chips. For Thursday, October 17th, that is what today is. Just know that before the market is open, we had some jobs numbers coming out. Initial jobless claims were close to expectations. Everything else was so-so. And then I want to mention that at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's a couple of minutes from now, we have some industrial manufacturing numbers coming out. Might cause some volatility. So we'll see what this leads to. But nonetheless, the charts still remain more bullish. Now, later on during the day, we have some bill auctions, but everything else is quite minor. So look for some volatility at 9:15 a.m. For more factors about the market, there are buyers once again continuing to step in, helping to push the share prices up. And this is once again very important because we're starting to see buyers defending us and pushing us to all-time highs, which is why you want to be very wary of that. On top of this, there's been some talk about how Amazon is going nuclear. The company said that it's investing $500 million in developing small modular nuclear reactors. So this is some big news, partnering with some energy companies. Good news for them, at least in the eyes of investors, if that is something that generates more revenue. And then don't forget, TSMC did really, really well with their overall earnings. That's why the share price is up, and that's leading semiconductors. So, what's happening with the market thus far? So, the answer is we're holding up very, very well. If you look at SPY, we dipped yesterday back down to our 20 EMA, but then we held it so far. I mentioned everyone if we lost this, we would turn more bearish. If we held this, we would try to rebound. I had a target of 584 for tomorrow or higher. That's where we ended up going to. Once again, that was very, very awesome to see as we are seeing buyers continuing to step in. But I do want to warn you to be a little bit careful as we approach all-time highs. So if we hold above this 586 area, I think we could be pushing to 588, if not 590, but at least 588 should be coming. And if we end up losing support at 585, that's where we had previous resistance. This will likely be dipping back down to this gap fill around the 582s. So watch to see how this ends up moving, but that's what I'm anticipating thus far. For ES is trying to push higher. We have basically 59.30 is our resistance. We could continue to break past this to new all-time highs. If we were to lose 15 flats, we're looking for 5900 flat as our support. If that fails us, looking for a dip back down towards the 58.80 area. But this is still looking more bullish. It does favor upside. We could be getting closer to about 59.25 plus and eventually 59.40. So it still looks more bullish to me. For NQ, not NQ, Nvda, excuse me, guys. Nvda looks more bullish. If we lose 140, we're looking for 138 as the gap support. If that fails us, we have the gap fill around 136. If we hold above 140, we're looking for 142 and 144 as our targets. Nvidia looks more bullish nonetheless, so it favors upside. Bitcoin could dip a bit towards our 20 EMA at 66,400 to 67,000 in that range. Then we could attempt to bounce off this and continue higher, so we'll see if that ends up being the case. As far as Tesla goes, I just want to mention that Tesla's attempting to rebound. So far, Tesla's doing a good job. But in my opinion, as we're attempting this rebound, we have this 224 targets, our 20 EMA. We'll see if this breaks or not. So be very, very patient nonetheless. I think that with buyers stepping in for the QQQ and SPY and the others, this is favoring 224. If we end up rejecting here and we lose 220, we're looking for basically 218 is our support, but this is still favoring upside for 224. I think the odds are favoring upside nonetheless. For NQ, we look more bullish. If you end up losing 20,500, we're looking for a dip back down towards 20,486. If that fails, look for 20,400 and 20,360 are our supports. Now, those are just supports I wanted to call out, but just know we do look more bullish as we have this imbalance to fill. So we're going to most likely go up to 20,629. Most likely, that's what this is going to do as you have an inverse head and shoulders for more upside potential. The QQQ broke past this resistance. So I said if we lost 489, we're bearish. If we break 492, we're bullish. What did we do? We broke past resistance, and now this is going to take us all the way up to about 498. I do think the QQQ is going to go higher, and eventually, if that breaks, we could be approaching the all-time highs. We're very close, and I think that we're doing a pretty good job for the bulls. I also want to mention that Aapl looks more bullish. If we continue to push, as long as we don't lose 230, I think we favor 235 again. So it still looks more bullish to me as we're filling an imbalance. For the IWM, we look more bullish. We have 227 as our resistance, followed by 228. And if we lose 225, we're going to be dipping back down to 223. This is favoring 228 plus, so give this the time it needs. For Coinbase, we look more bullish. If we break 212, we're looking for a bigger pump. If we lose support at 205, though, we could be dipping back down, but this is still favoring 212. Amazon had the nuclear news, so it's still looking more bullish. As long as we don't lose 186, this is favoring 188.5. If that breaks 190, it's going to be our next target. So it still looks more bullish to me. For Meta, we look more bullish. As long as we hold above 581, we're looking for basically 584 as our target. If we lose that, we could be dipping back down towards 578. But this is still favoring upside for 584, so there's a good chance it's going to be pushing higher for that target. For Microsoft, we could be dipping. If we were to lose 417, we would turn bearish. And excuse me, guys, we're not going to be dipping. I'm just saying that if we were to dip, look for 417 as the main support. But this chart is still favoring 420 plus. I think 420 is going to be coming with tech pumping. Google's also trying to push as long as you don't lose 166. This is favoring 168 all over again. So overall, tech is looking very bullish. As a reminder, the VIX is continuing to dip. We could be dipping closer to the 18s, which would favor even more upside for the markets because the market is pushing us up higher. So that's what I'm seeing for the time being. We have a bullish catalyst with TSMC's earnings. The market is pumping, and there's more upside potential, especially as we open. So we're not done quite yet. So watch 586's resistance on SPY. If that breaks, 588 is coming next. Watch your levels, guys, and I'll be back in a couple of hours for another update. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, guys, and peace out.